it's no exaggeration to say that unless we do something, these animals will be extinct within 5 years.
5 years, thankfully, might be a push. 10 years, definitely. You're losing about 1,700 is what we'd expect to lose this year, predominantly in South Africa, as the report has just shown. All for this horn, all for keratin, which is in our hair
like
and our nails.
Yeah.
So we could all just do this and we'll get exactly the same thing. Unfortunately, the myths are there, and it's about dispelling those myths, predominantly in Vietnam.
So how are you doing that?
It's lots of organisations working hard. That's the harder part, almost, is because that's long-term. There's no quick fix. An organisation like ourselves at the Sheldrick Trust is about boots on the ground, like you were seeing in the footage there, aerial surveillance, rapid response, saving them now so that the organisations doing the long-term changing consumer beliefs, consumer understanding, have got time to do it so that when they've got that message across, there are actually still viable populations of rhino, and a similar thing with elephants with the ivory trade.
Now, there's a lot of criticism about Mozambican poachers, but a lot of these people earn next to nothing, and if they've got a chance to earn a few extra US dollars or whatever in order to maintain their families, then that's what they're going to do. Those are not the people that you're looking for.
They're not. There's a lot of people get irate and say we need to take out all the poachers. There will always be another poacher. These are seriously impoverished people, and if you're waving tens of thousands of dollars at them, they're going to do something. They need to be engaged in wildlife, they need to be supported, and they need to see how it's benefiting them. And at the moment, they're not seeing that. They're seeing wealthy tourists come in, enjoy these things and leave, and they don't see where they get the benefits. So we need to engage them. We need to find ways to find alternative employment for these people so that they're not either poaching or acting as informers for the poachers.
And who are the middlemen and or women? That's
your shady characters, very much organised crime networks. So the same people that are involved in drug smuggling, human smuggling, they've seen an easy opportunity here. It's relatively easy to get rhino horn ivory out of Africa, get them into China and Vietnam, and make a quick buck. And it's essentially
so presumably it finds. Now, just to clarify, this rhino is shaking because he's not fully under, isn't
yes.
he? Yeah.
So
there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about there at all.
Yeah. Okay. And he's back on his feet again. They're majestic animals. They are absolutely spectacular.
Well, they're perfect animals. 50 million years of evolution has got them to where they are. So a lot of people will talk about dehorning them. Well, if evolution has left them with a horn, it's for a purpose. And just because humans want to kill them doesn't mean we should go, oh, let's just change how they look, change everything about them.
I wanted to ask you about taking the horn off. I mean, don't they need the horn if they're fighting with each other?
Great for finding a mate. They do use it for self-defence. They dig for food with it, and the mums often guide their babies with it. So, you know, they do need it. And also, if you do the dehorning programmes, I think they estimate it would cost about $8.8 million to dehorn Kruger's rhinos. Every 2 years, you'd have to do it again and again. And that's not a solution. That's the very human way of saying, well, there's a problem, there's a way we can probably fix it. The solution is ending the demand. It's keeping them alive now, ending the demand. That's what we need to do. That's what the public needs to get behind.
Wasn't there some sort of programme where the idea was to put pink dye in their horns? What happened to that?
There are, for about $1,500 per rhino, there are things where they're putting either dyes or essentially poisons into them to make the horn useless for any purpose, but
presumably you don't know that until you've taken it off the animal.
It's kind of an issue there. The animal would still potentially be killed, and even dehorned rhinos have been killed by poachers. If they've tracked them through the bush for days, if it's got any horn, when it's worth $60,000 a kilo, any amount is worth money to them, so they will still kill a dehorned rhino.
Now, when I first started going to Sabi Sands, it was probably about 10, 11 years ago now, you could see them, you know, at all times. Oh, yeah, there's a rhino, we'll come back and look at that one. Now you have to really hunt for them.
You're having to search.
This is the white rhino, not even the black rhino. What's happening with the
whites
black
were
rhino?
on about 20,000 left, and then black rhinos under 5,000 now. So Kenya's got about 1,000 of those, and then they're dispersed, and then South Africa's got them as well. So we just need, it's a strange one, we just need to do more to protect them. It kind of comes down to that. We need to get people investing more into multifaceted approaches. So it's having the boots on the ground, it's having the aerial surveillance, it's having the canine units, which are a fantastic asset. Like ourselves, we use those in Kenya, and last month alone, 21 arrests, all courtesy of these dogs, which it's using all these things, and there's lots of talk of drones and these other things. Everything has a part to play, but there is no quick fix.
Okay.
I think that's what we need to accept.
Camera 6 is your camera. Tell people in the Far East who are watching us right now why they shouldn't be using rhino horn.
Quite simply, shouldn't be using it because it will do nothing for you whatsoever, and you will wipe out a majestic species.
There you go. You heard it right there. And we all endorse that here at Sky News as well, of course. Thanks very much indeed for joining us here on Sky News this afternoon. 7:30.